Welcome back. Today, we are going to begin the process of making our own power hammer, steam hammer. These are the machines that were so essential in forging the Industrial Revolution, and in many ways they were the predecessors to the self-contained type pneumatic power hammers that we often see today. There is a catch, and that is our power hammer currently exists in this box right here. We have the following bits and bobs to work from. So what I've done is I've acquired this set of castings. These lovely bits of cast iron, and this is the scale of the steam hammer we're gonna make. That right there is an exploded view of the finished thing. See that back frame is this right here, and there is an unbelievable amount of components.
So if you've just bought all of the bits, what have you got to actually do? Just put it together?
It's not quite like a Lego set. All of these pieces need machining. Nothing other than this little box of screws and O-rings is finished. All this, we've got bar stock, random bits of bronze, more bronze, and blank castings from the foundry.
None of this stuff even has screw holes in it.
No. We need to do everything. Have a look at the gorgeous drawings that are supplied with this kit. There is so much to do. We have at least 47 components all requiring work, and this might be potentially even more stupid than any other project I've taken on, because I might be stuck on this thing for the next 3 months. That's right, Jamie, I hope you like beans, because I won't be able to pay you for the next 3 months. Thank goodness I love instructions. Let's get started with the body of the beast. Did I mention that this is meant to become a fully functioning mini steam hammer? We should be able to plumb it into either a steam boiler or the compressed air line and get a working steam hammer. So the casting is obviously quite messy. There's lots of flash around it. Jamie, we've got a problem. We've got some funny stuff going on. 6 holes, 5 BA clear.
British Airways?
I don't know. 4 holes, 2 BA clear. And what on earth is BA? Okay, this is maybe a thread pitch that I've never heard about before. And this is going to require drill bits that I do not have, and taps I do not have. A drill and tap set. BA taps and dies. So inadvertently, it seems the first step has become looking at all of the weird drill bits, taps and dies that we might need to make this and ordering them. 285 quid bloomin' heck! Look at all the stuff I gotta buy to make this.
This is probably going to take 2 days just to get all of the flashing and stuff out of this and like clean this piece up. And that's like scratching the surface.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, this might not be the best idea for a project.
Imagine like everybody hates this series and I'm now committed to a 30-part making a mini power hammer series. None of this makes any sense. Look at that, all right? It's all well and good being like, oh look, there's drawings. Do you see how many hash marks there are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Why is there 2 hash marks here and 1 set of hash marks there? What on earth does that mean? Maybe when there's 2 lines, that means that it's a tapped hole, and when there's 1 line, it means it's a regular hole. This is good. I'm actually learning things. That's the whole purpose of all of these projects, is that I learn something, and apparently I've learned something.
I found another uh-oh. Big uh-oh.
What is it?
This piece here.
Yeah.
You need to have holes in there.
Yeah?
So how the hell are you going to drill those?
Like that, Jamie.
Oh.
Right, this face needs machining perfectly flat and square relative to these little nubbins right here and the bottom base here. As you can see, it's got these funny little angles to it. Well, these are draft angles. In order to sand cast something, there needs to be this slight angle so that the 2 halves of the sand mold can come away from the original pattern. I'm not exactly sure where to start or how to fixture it. What on earth could possibly be the best reference surface? That way, maybe come off that. I'm going to indicate along this surface here, and I'm going to try and rotate and pivot this to be as square as possible. Then I think that'll work for our first reference cut. And then we'll build everything to be square based on that. It's not easy, is it? First little bit of milling is done. Next up, 6 holes, 1.5 inches apart. 5 BA clear. That makes sense. And now for the first time on this machine, we change to, hang on. Aha! More freedom units. Oh, and already it smells like gas station hot dogs and barbecue up in here. It's like the 4th of July. I love it. Everything is different, probably compounded by the fact that I just changed my VPN from the United Kingdom to the United States. And what are those? Tucked in and everything? So not only is the workshop experience a little bit more American right now, but so is my internet browsing experience. Oh. You see, right now, the big wide internet thinks that I am in New York. I guess cowboy boots doesn't really fit the vibe. And that's the superpower you get when you use today's sponsor, which is NordVPN, because by choosing exactly where in the world the websites I browse think my IP address is coming from, I could access content from a streaming service that's not available in the country where I'm physically located at the moment, provided they're cool with it in their terms and conditions. I can get better deals from companies that charge more to somebody they think is a tourist by making them think I'm a local. Now, not only does it turn you into an instant world traveler, but it keeps you safe by encrypting the data that goes between you and their over 5,800 servers in 60+ countries. That means that your internet service provider or a malicious government can't be spying on the things that you're browsing, and anyone attempting a man-in-the-middle hack on you is going to find it completely fruitless. Now, if you go to nordvpn.com/forge, you're going to get an exclusive deal on your plan, plus 4 additional months for free. Please go check them out at the link down below. I just realized I've been using it for over 6 years. Oh, and by the way, one plan is good for up to 6 devices. Please go get yourself a subscription. Let's get back to the video. This inner face is the reference point for squareness. But when I squeeze this, that just slides up. It doesn't at all feel rigid because there is nothing flat and neat about the area we're clamping on. This is all being a bit of a pickle.
And you don't like pickles?
No, pickles are disgusting. Worse than gherkins. Gherkins are really bad. This here needs to be milled flat, another 4 holes. Ah! Oh no! Oh, shoot! Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh! Yeah! Yeah, the work holding is not good at all. So we got our little boo-boo from yesterday fixed up. The surface is flat, and we've got 4 holes drilled in it. This has been quite the challenge. So what I ended up doing is clamping this piece to a 2x4, and that's how we held it. That right there. We need a hole that's 3/16 of an inch in diameter, going the whole way through it. Work holding is going to be what makes or breaks this project. If I can't hold things well, they're not going to be accurate, and if things aren't accurate, it's probably not going to work as a power hammer. And at last, we've had some relatively simple work holding. Yes! Now the drawing calls out a specific dimension between the hole center here and the hole center here in this line. It's 1 and 7/32. Now, knowing that it might be an absolute nuisance to try and measure that after the fact, when we're putting in these holes, I used the DRO to measure that distance back in that direction, and I went ahead and just pecked it with the drill bit down here. We should be able to now eyeball that in with this tool. Perfecto. It's not awful. Could be a lot worse. All right, next up, the base, I reckon. This should be relatively simple.
It's going to get very interesting very quickly, I think, because there is a lot of crazy stuff on here. This actually goes together. There is this piece, and it's got like this gasket thing, and there's like pins and stuff which go in, and then that connects to like part of this. No, it goes on there. And then
all that has to fit together.
This bit goes on there somehow. And then that goes on there. That goes underneath. And there's all this stuff. And then there's all these holes, and there's all these bloody things, and it's like, whoa. But right now, it's just holes.
Yes, I'm trying to have some successes before it gets really challenging, because I just can't read any of that. But you know what I can read? 4 clearance holes, 4 threaded holes. Ah! Oh, I dropped it. Oh, I was just thinking I should be careful about this earlier. This was over there. Look what I've gone and done. I dropped it. I reached for the airline, and this came flying off the toolbox. I'm such a numpty. Oh, where's the piece that comes off it? What a klutz! That's just an expensive bloody mistake, isn't it? I tell you what, it looks just gorgeous bolted to the base from some angles. So now I guess we figure out how to do cast iron repairs. And I've got a little question if you've got a second for a little technical advice, perhaps. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Appreciate the help. Epoxy. I was told epoxy, but I was also given another good idea, which was putting pins in it. Imagine we take this thing and we drill some holes in it, and then we drill some holes in the other piece that goes on it, and then pin the thing together. Rivet it maybe. Oof. He said if I was to try and weld it, I would probably blow up the rest of the casting, which would not be good. So welding is out of the cards. It's epoxy or pinning. Really screwed the pooch, haven't I? Are you kidding me? All right, that is going to be as good as it gets. It's pinned, and then I TIG welded over the end of the pins. I'll catch you on the next episode. Don't forget, please go check out today's sponsor, nordvpn.com/forge. Get a huge discount and 4 additional months for free at my link down below.